Welcome to Unlock Your Soul Memory. My name is Iris, and I'm a provider of hypnotherapy sessions. I'd like to invite you to join in with me exploring emotions a bit further. So, when you look at your surrounding and even at yourself, if you observe yourself, there are mainly two ways how to deal with emotions. So, either people are just spilling them out, expressing them, or they're holding them back. And those people who are usually more expressive, they give off this vibe of being more vibrant, more vital. And those who are holding them back give the appearance of being more reserved. Both positions are very passive in understanding emotions as such. When we look at emotions, we usually think, oh, that's the animalistic nature. That's what makes us comparable to animals. We just look at emotions as something that's lower, that's not as valuable, that's not as precious. So we find our ways around them, or we simply express them without reflecting. If you look at emotions, they hold a certain color, they hold a certain frequency. And with this frequency, there's a certain awareness within. And we did not allow ourselves to grasp this awareness in its fullness yet. Because we never learned. In society, it's either you just express it or you are holding it back because, yeah, emotions are put into that or that category. But it's not an inner exploration. You're not exploring them from the inside. But why is that important? Because emotions, the old emotions, they hold a memory, they hold a story to them, which is coloring you. And the way it's coloring you, you have to see emotions like something that's actually meant to be in flow. So it's actually good to express them. But if they are colored from the past, you're spilling out things that are actually twisted through the past experiences. And that's why it's completely understandable why we don't want to just spill them out. There's a reason for that. In the end, the emotion itself is not the bad or negative thing or the disturbing thing, but the coloration it carries. So if we sort of remove this color of it, if we allow ourselves to go back, unravel it, go into the perception, it just comes to the surface. And when it's perceived, it's usually dissolving itself because emotions have the nature like water. It wants to be in flow, it wants to be effortless, it wants to move further, and it just wants to move through. But if we sort of stop the flow, it's like the water gets stale and it gets colored in a certain way because of whatever is living inside this confined environment. And that's actually where illness happens. That's where disease happens. If it's from an emotional, spiritual aspect, or even mental aspect. Of course, illness and disease is more complex, and physical aspects play into it, like toxicity and the way you live and so on, or any trauma and your physical impairment, whatever. But if it's merely on a psychosomatic aspect, it's because of this stuck energy somewhere. But knowing you were not born with that means you have the chance to resolve it. You have the chance to let it go. Yet we so often avoid exactly that where we would need to go. You would need to go to these perceptions and these emotions in a safe environment where it's good to express them and find out the story with someone who's doing the detective work with you. And if you do that, it's very often astonishing things simply dissolve. And it feels almost as if you had never had them. So that's my own experience. For example, with my back pain. Last night, my back pain was quite strong, and I went there. I was just sitting with this perception. I was really going there, and it even was painful. It felt bad. But just asking it, okay, so what do you have to tell me? What's the thing you want me to know? And it came up that I took on too much. I took on responsibilities from others, and that's how I was brought up and so on. So, the black sheep is more like the punching bag for everyone else's stuff. And with that habit taking on, it leaves a mark. It leaves a mark in your energy field, in your energy system, in your own self. And staying with that, feeling that, okay, realizing that's not my stuff. I'm taking on too much. I need to give it back. And this already helped me to release the pain. It was gone afterwards. It took me maybe 10 minutes. So therefore, I do believe, firmly do believe, most of the issues, they have the solution on the inside. If you just allow yourself to go inside. And I'm happy to join you there. I'm happy to guide you, to accompany you, and go through that with you if you'd like. But that's from me today. Hope you enjoyed this episode. Let me know what your thoughts and experiences are. And looking forward to seeing you soon. Take care. Goodbye.